The Tennessee defense has single-handedly been one of the most shocking units in all of college football. We knew Tennessee had an explosive offense coming into the season, but their defense was a massive concern. But they have turned what was initially viewed as a weak group into arguably their biggest strength. They have so many dudes that can consistently win and create pressure, but one of the big breakout stars for the Vols is interior defensive lineman Omarr Norman-Lott. Lott has really broken out and turned himself into one of the more disruptive interior pass rushers in the SEC. In a pretty loaded defensive tackle class, how high could Lott get taken in the 2025 NFL Draft? That's what we will be discussing in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, consider checking out my Patreon page, where for $5 a month, you guys will get exclusive access to my in-depth draft guide, big board, with over 550 scouting reports. You also will be allowed to participate in weekly polls that allow you guys the opportunity to decide which prospect we get to talk about next. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys are interested in seeing, and without further ado, let's take a closer look at Omarr Norman-Lott. Lott is a player who has flown under the radar for the Tennessee defense, but has put up some really decent production for the Vols. A player that started his collegiate career at Arizona State has really made a name for himself in the last 2 years in Tennessee. In 2023, Lott finished the season with 16 total pressures, 5 sacks, and 16 total tackles. Not many people thought very much of him coming into the year, and he was really just a rotational piece for the Tennessee defense. But in 2024, he has really broken out onto the scene. He has 24 total pressures, 4 sacks, and 9 run stops on the year, and many people are starting to discuss him as being a potential day 2 pick in the draft. The biggest standout trait with Lott is his pass rushing presence from the interior. He seems to constantly be in the backfield, creating pressure on the quarterback. He plays with active hands, and he understands how to leverage himself in order to get into the backfield. He has a number of swipes and rip-through moves that he utilizes, and he is a super impressive pass rusher from the inside. He's 33rd in all of the FBS in terms of pass rush win rate and has a 16.8% win rate from the inside, which is really impressive. I also think that Lott is a very good athlete. He's got an explosive first step off the line of scrimmage, and he's got the quickness to get into the backfield. He's got good lateral quickness as well, and he moves really well for his size. Norman-Lott has displayed great gap discipline and does a great job of penetrating gaps in both the run game and the pass game. He is a solid run defender who has the quickness to close gaps and finish plays. What I will say, he has to do a better job at finishing those plays. He has a 35.3% missed tackle rate, which is absolutely abysmal, and his tackling has been a major problem all season long for him. Lott has struggled with injuries in his career and has really not had much playing time at the collegiate level. He's played less than 1,000 snaps in his collegiate career, and that could cause him to slip a little bit. Even this year, he's mostly being used as a rotational pass rusher, and I just wish we had more tape on him. My biggest issue with Lott is the lack of power in his game. He doesn't have a very strong bull rush, and it feels like time and time again he is bullied or overpowered by bigger and more physical offensive linemen. He has to improve his play strength because it's a big issue that shows up not only as a rusher, but also his tackling, as we mentioned. Norman-Lott has some really intriguing potential. He hasn't played much in his career, but what he has shown is a player who could be a really nice pass rusher from the inside and a player who has great gap discipline. He's a very smart defensive tackle that you can only hope will add on some strength as he gets to the NFL level. He is my number 9 defensive tackle in the class, and I think he could potentially jump up the board even more. He just has to get more experience and show that he can wrap up consistently, and until he can do that, I do have a fair share of concerns about what he will profile as in the NFL. He is my number 81 overall prospect in the class. Lott would work best as a 3 technique, given his ability to split defenders, get into the B gap, and rush the passer. I can't really envision him playing anywhere else because he's not a great tackler, nor is he a consistent enough run defender, nor does he have the size necessary to be a primary A-gap / nose tackle. And a majority of his snaps in college have come from the 3-tech position anyways, and I think that's where he's going to have his best success. Lott reminds me a lot of Washington Commanders defensive tackle Daron Payne. Payne is a player who has struggled mightily as a run defender throughout his career and is a very inconsistent tackler as well. But he has been an excellent pass rusher who has good gap discipline, active hands, and has been very productive for the Commanders over the last few seasons. I think Lott has a lot of those same traits. They have nearly identical size as well, and they move very similarly as well. So that's going to be my comparison for Lott. Omarr Norman-Lott is a wild card. What he brings as a pass rusher is super intriguing, but he is incredibly inconsistent, and we just haven't seen very much from him at the collegiate level. I am super intrigued to see how he performs at the Senior Bowl and the All-Star circuit, and ultimately, I believe that Omarr Norman-Lott is going to be a top 75 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.